Welcome. My name is Michel. I am the co-founder of GMBapi.com. Welcome to our onboarding flow. If you are currently waiting for your free trial to download your data, then this is a real welcome. You'll need to wait a few minutes. Best case scenario, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Worst case scenario, if we're talking hundreds of thousands of reviews, it could be 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Once that download is complete, or when you are actually in your free trial account, you will be escorted to the dashboard. On the dashboard, you can see your main priorities. So you can see your main KPIs, KPIs such as impressions and the year-on-year growth of your impressions, actions with year-on-year growth, total amount of locations you have, but also any unverified locations and account completeness. There's visual overview of conversion rate per listing and of any of the main sources of impressions. So you can feel free to filter here. You can play around with the dates from the dashboard. So the first time we download 18 months of data. We save this data for you. But for the year-on-year data, we can obviously only go back 6 months if you're a new customer. You have labels here, so the labels are uploaded directly into your Google My Business account, and they will then show up here the next day when we import the data again. From this dashboard, you can basically manage your local profile with your local profiles with half an hour on Monday and half an hour on Friday, and have a reasonably good idea of what's going on. Our purpose, the purpose of our software, is to really focus on the core things that will have an impact on your local businesses. Some of those core things, let's start with account completeness. You can check quite easily. So we have an overview here. You can quickly see what are the locations that are complete, what are the locations that are not complete. You can dive into individual locations and see the data for the individual locations. That includes reviews and the actual profile. But you can also look here if you have a lot of locations, play around with the number of locations, order them by health, and see here quickly what are the things that are missing. Additionally to that, obviously, how your attributes are part of your profiles as well. If you're a retailer, you'll have lots of attributes. If you are a childcare organization, you will have fewer. So you can see here for our listings, we don't have that many attributes, but there's a few important ones, such as the URL import, the URL appointments, the languages spoken. Yeah, those are probably the most important ones. Now, one of the big advantages of our tool is that it is super easy to post. You can post content clicking on the Start Posting button, selecting your label. So you can, for example, if I select the label GMBapi, I then get all of the locations that are labeled up as GMBapi. You can add a photo, potentially write a post, add a button, learn more, add your URL, and then submit, and that will usually send the post live in a few seconds. Sometimes Google does do a check, and it can take a little bit longer. But if it's not there after a day, then something has to go wrong. You can check the post status. You can also delete posts from here en masse if you've made a mistake. Now, if you move on, I mentioned in the beginning that there's 18 months of data, so you can play around with the filters here and set the date to a longer range than the 6 months that you were previously looking at. You can also filter. We have the same for actions. So on the action front as well, we store all data. You can go back and look. As you see, we are a startup, so we do occasionally get these type of screens. If you refresh, the page, that usually solves the problem. One alternative or one other important report, your search keywords, where you can see how people looked at, have found your locations. So this is not Search Console data, it's not Google Ads data, this is a third source of keywords. And last but not least, we do a lot of A/B testing. So we have Facebook functionality as well, but let's move to reviews. Reviews are super interesting. For reviews, we have all of the reviews on chronological order. You can open them up, and you can do a suggest reply button, which is AI-powered reply. You can play around with that. It does all languages. Alternatively, you can upload a template for replying. If you want to change, or if you want to add it, you can just see how this is our answer. So if I change something here and I add a exclamation mark, and I would say update reply, you could add it to current reply. How you can see here, this is the AI generated reply. Now we also have an overview per location, so you can quickly see here what are the weaker sisters or brothers, what is the reply percentage, and how long does that take. And if you then want to open that up, you can see here, okay, these are the people that posted a review here. Also, and I'm going to move accounts. We give you a summary of all the reviews that came in last month. So for this customer, you can see here 52 reviews. This is the review summary, which we will email to the customer. And you can actually see there are some negative topic results and some positive topic results. There's a sentiment analysis score. If you say, hey, messy store, that's interesting, you can copy that. You can see the reviews that we base that on. If you search for messy store, you can actually see what review triggered that. So sometimes this review is on 50, or this summary is on 50 locations. Sometimes it's on 70. Alternatively, we've got nice visuals to see what locations kind of need that little push. You can see actually here for Pets Place, it's quite green. But sometimes you also sometimes if there's variance in terms of the reviews, you can see it's quite easy to have a good look at where those troubled zones are. So for example here, how we can see here in the center of Amsterdam and the center of Utrecht, how you can see quite a bit of yellow and red. So that might be worth an investigation. Last but not least, how we can spot here what are the total reviews, what are the total reviews with comment, how does that evolve over time, so that how we help you set up your review strategy to gain more reviews, you can monitor whether that is or isn't working. One other interesting fact actually here, we have the total amount of deleted reviews as well. So we will monitor for you what reviews Google deletes, so that the good reviews, the 5-star ones, we can file a reinstatement request. Also, just to just to show you, we can handle any language. Cool. We have questions and answers as well, and yeah, that's it. Hopefully, you've gone through each report quickly. Now your account is ready, and if some of the reports haven't loaded, please be patient. They will be loaded tomorrow morning. Enjoy your account.